Hi, and welcome back to another motivational moment with me, your coach, Michelle. That's Michelle with two L's. So, today's topic is how to take responsibility for your life. Now, we are responsible for the choices that we make, correct? So, when our lives fall apart, we have to take responsibility for the part that we played and not push off the blame on other people, because y'all know how we like to do. Things don't work out and we always want to talk about, well, they did this and they did that and they did the other. Well, if you tell me that, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna listen to you I'm gonna listen to you carefully, and I'm gonna ask the question, what part did you play? And you're probably going to say, do what? Yeah, you heard what I said. What part did you play? Because anytime a relationship doesn't work out or something doesn't work out, we played a part as well. It's not always just the other person. So stop pointing the finger at other people. Because you know that old saying, when you pointing your index finger at other people, you got these three fingers right here pointing back at you. So be careful about pointing the finger. So you took the wrong turn. You gave the wrong person your love. You put up with foolishness. You didn't know when to say no. You turned down that opportunity. You cheated. You gave up on yourself. And the list can go on and on and on. But you get where I'm going with this, right? So here is how you can start to take responsibility for your life. Number one, I said stop playing the blame game. When you blame other people and other things, all you're doing is making yourself out to be the victim. And doing this makes it harder for you to change. Why? Because it's always somebody else's fault. And so there's no reason for you to change because you're not the problem. Let me tell you a little secret. You are part of the problem. Going back to what I said a few minutes ago, if you gave your heart to the wrong person and that person stepped all over it, it's not just their fault, it's your fault, because you should have seen that problem coming a mile away. But you gave your heart to somebody that did not deserve it, and they walked all over you. They did exactly what's and you probably had some folks around you saying, look, hey, don't give that person all your love, because I'm telling you now, all they're gonna do is hurt you. And you didn't want to believe them, because you were like, oh no, I'm so in love, he loves me, she loves me, and look at what happened. So you played a part in that. You dealt with the foolishness. That person cheated and you kept taking them back. So don't sit and talk about, well, what he or she did. Because my question then comes back to you. What part did you play? When they messed up the first time, you forgave them, and I can understand that. They messed up the second time, and you forgave them again. And it happened a third, a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth time, and you kept taking them back. So they're not the problem. You are the problem because you kept allowing them back into your life. I'm just keeping it real. Number two, stop complaining and do something about it. This goes without saying. If you aren't going to fix the problem, then don't complain about it. At least not to me. At least not to me, because I will have to say that to you. And I've said this before, where people have complained about stuff, and I'm listening and I'm listening, and finally I say, okay, well, we've already established what the problem is. What I want to know is, what are you going to do about it? And when you ask people that, 9 times out of 10, they're going to look at you and go, huh? And I always say, if you can you can hear. You keep telling me about the same problem, because this is not the first rodeo with that problem, but you keep dealing with the same issue. My question to you is, what are you going to do about it? Simple as that. So if you're not going to fix the problem, don't complain about it. You should stop complaining, because that issue that you're dealing with may be a blessing in disguise. See, sometimes we complain about things not realizing that's your blessing. And you need to accept it for what it is and keep it moving. God allowed that thing to happen because he needed to open your eyes to show you, okay, or he's saying to you, I've been trying to get your attention, but you kept acting like you didn't hear me. Well, now I have your full attention. Are you ready to listen? So sometimes when things don't work out in any area of your life, it could be God's way of saying, okay, I've been trying to get your attention. Now that I have it, let me show you what else I have in store for you. Because that thing, that's done. I have something much better for you. So think of it as the blessing that you didn't know you needed. Number three, stop waiting for someone else to make you happy. Your happiness is nobody else's responsibility but yours. It shouldn't be your spouse. It should not be your significant other. It should not be a family member, a friend, a co-worker, a neighbor, a school buddy. It should not be your pastor, your church. It is your responsibility to make yourself happy. So stop sitting around trying to wait for other people to make you happy. Because doing that may take a lifetime, and even then, it's not guaranteed. So, again, I don't know about you, but I try to make Michelle happy. I'm not sitting around waiting for somebody else to make me happy, because I may be waiting a very long time. Number 4, live in the right now. You can't change the past, and the present isn't promised to you. So focus only on what you can control right now. The right here and now. Yeah, I've talked about this before, where I talk about focus on where you are now. It's all right to plan and prepare for the future, but focus on where you are right now. We can all learn from our past, so it's okay to glance over your shoulder to see where you've come from or what you've been through, but don't stay there too long. You, I'm talking about you. Don't look around, talking to you, are the gatekeeper of your thoughts, both yesterday, today, and always. So again, it's all right. It is all right to glance over your shoulder, see how far God has brought you. Have you ever had a time where you sat down and you just looked back and said, Lord, thank you, because I remember when I had to go through this. I remember when I had to go through that. I remember when I had to go through the other. And Lord, I thank you for bringing me through that. I thank you for putting me where I am, knowing that where I am is not all that you would have for me, but I'm thankful for all that you've done. See, sometimes we have to look back at where God has brought us from to appreciate where we are. See, I appreciate where I am, but I oftentimes look back and say, Lord, thank you. Now, don't get me wrong, I've not had a hard life, but I've gone through my share of ups and downs, ins and outs, and I'm thankful for all those experiences. No, they didn't feel good, but I'm thankful for them because it's made me into be the person that I am today. And so it's all right to glance over your shoulder, look back and say, thank you, Lord. Because sometimes when you look back where you came from, it makes you appreciate where you are even more as you're waiting to get where you're trying to go. And that was it. So I only had 4 things to share with you today. I'm going to do a quick recap, and I promise I'm going to let you be. So today I talked about how to take responsibility for your life. I cannot stress this enough. Too many times we put our lives in other people's hands, and I need you to cut it out. Stop doing that. It's time for you to take responsibility for your life. And so I gave you some things that you can do. I said, number 1, stop playing the blame game. Stop blaming everybody else for why you aren't where you wanted to be. Stop blaming that failed relationship for why you can't give your heart to somebody else. Yeah, that relationship didn't work out. That person broke your heart, and I'm sorry that that happened to you. But guess what? Learn from that, and then you move on. But don't let that keep you from finding love, because too many times people do that. Too many times people allow a failed relationship to keep them from opening themselves up to someone else. And God's saying, hey, you keep coming to me saying that you're looking for the right one. And I've sent you the right one several times. But you're so closed, you've closed your heart off to anybody else because of what that last person has done. So what more do you want me to do? I need you to stop playing the blame game. Because chances are, whatever it is that happened, you played a part in it. And you might not want to admit it. And you might be sitting there thinking, who is she to be telling me? Well, guess what? My name is Michelle. Michelle with 2 L's. And I'm telling you that you are part of the problem. If you're in a relationship with somebody that doesn't respect you, somebody that walks all over top of you, that's a no-no in my book. But for those that allow that to happen, don't get mad at him. Don't get mad at her. Get mad at yourself, because you stay. What's that old saying that says, don't be mad at the clown for acting like a clown? Ask yourself, why do you keep going to the circus? And it's the same thing. Why do you keep allowing this person into your life? But then you complain when they do the things that they do. Let me move on, because I'm stepping on some toes. Number 2, I said stop complaining and do something about it. Some of y'all spend too much time complaining about stuff, but you ain't doing nothing about it. If you're tired of being in this relationship with this person that doesn't respect you, and all you're doing is yapping with your friends, be quiet. Stop talking about it. If you're not going to fix it, then be quiet and just deal with it. Keep your mouth closed. If you don't fix it, nothing is going to change. And if you're not going to fix it and you're not going to change the situation, stop talking about it. Because obviously you like where you are. And some people do. Some people love having stuff to complain about. Isn't that weird? But some people do. And if that's the case, be quiet because we don't want to hear about it. Number 3, stop waiting for someone else to make you happy. I cannot stress that enough. Your happiness depends on you. There's nothing that you can say or do that can make me happy. I can make myself happy. I don't need you to make me happy. I'm happy just by God tapping me on my shoulder every morning saying, all right, baby girl, it's time to get up. But I'm happy because I allow myself to be happy. I don't rely on other things or other people for my happiness. And I'm encouraging you to stop doing the same. Anyway, let me move on. Number 4, live in the right now. Too many times we're not happy because we keep going back to the past. Do you know there are some people right now that cannot experience a good relationship? Not that there aren't good people out here that have wanted to be a part of their lives, but they won't allow themselves to experience a good relationship because they keep going back to the past. And they'll say things like, well, the last time I opened my heart up to someone, they just treated me so bad. They cheated on me. They lied to me. And they weren't faithful. All this other good stuff. And chances are that person that made you feel that way, honey, they have moved on and probably on their 3rd, 4th, 5th relationship. And you have yet to allow yourself to have one relationship because you keep living in the past. Like I said, it's all right to glance over your shoulder. Some of y'all have a little bit of money and you're afraid to spend it because your mind goes back to that time where you didn't have a lot of money. And I can understand that. That's real. We all have experienced that. But can I just tell you this? I need you to glance back, look at where God has brought you from, and then go ahead and do what you have to do. Because that's who you were then. That's not who you are now. So go ahead and spend a little money. Because sometimes, that old saying, you got to spend a little money to make some money. You have to do that from time to time. So stop trying to hoard everything. Stop being afraid to give your heart to the right person. Because I guarantee you that right person is right there. But you're just afraid to give your heart away. Because you don't want to be hurt again. Who wants to be hurt? I know I don't. But I can promise you if you try to hurt me, I will hurt you. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But I'm just saying, live in the right now. Stop worrying about the past. Glance back, see how far you've come, and then keep moving forward. Because the best truly is yet to come. And you are the gatekeeper of your thoughts for yesterday, today, and always. So that's all I have, you guys. I want to say thank you so much to my new subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I love each and every one of you to the moon and back, and you know the drill. You know my spiel. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to love you when you're going up. I'm going to love you when you're coming down. I'm going to love you when you're going in, and I'm going to love you when you're coming out. But most importantly, I'm going to love you when nobody else even likes you. Always know that you can count on me to have your back. Always know that I'm always there to support you. Even if I may not know exactly what it is you're working on. I support each and every one of you. And I want nothing but the best for each and every one of you because you deserve it. You deserve nothing but the best. So go out there and get it because it's yours. Until next time, take care.